January of 1959, I'm on the playground with the rest of the first graders at St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic School, East Lansing, Michigan. I'm wearing the standard single-piece snowsuit, zipper from the crotch to the neck, tight elastic at the ankles and the wrists, the hood around my head with the snap set so tight around my neck, my little blue face sticking out, it looks like my snowsuit is giving birth. They herd us from the frozen tundra into the 83-degree classroom, and this drastic swing in temperature creates a perfect storm for a little boy to wet his pants. I raise my hand. Sister Geraldine Mary, a lovely nun, says, "Johnny, it can wait. We're going to say our afternoon prayer." But before we do that, of course, she has to get Tom Goodwin to stop spinning his hat on his finger. She has to get Bill Hidley to surrender the snowball that he snuck into the classroom. And she has to get Pat Kane to stop being disruptive, but that's what Pat Kane does. All of that eats up very valuable time. We launch into the prayer, and halfway through, I lose my choice, I wet my pants, and I begin to cry. Of course, of course. At the end of the prayer, I again raise my hand. "What is it, Johnny?" I announce to her and to the rest of the class that I wet my pants, and all the kids move away from me. "Ooh, Johnny's grody." She looks down the row of desks and she says, "Oh, no, honey, you didn't. That's just a little water on the floor from your boots." I look down at the floor and I realize that she's correct. The water on the floor is indeed from my boots. What she fails to realize is that the tight elastic at the ankles of my snowsuit have curbed the outward flow of urine. It is held in the now bloated legs of my snowsuit. I look like the Michelin Man. I then announce to her and to the rest of the class that my pee is stuck in my legs of my snowsuit, and all the kids move even further away from me. She sends me down to the bathroom and says she'll get my brother out of his 5th grade class. He'll come help me. As I'm walking down the hall, I'm thinking, yeah, that's not going to happen. My brother wouldn't spit on me if I was on fire. I walk in the boys' restroom, and it's standard setup, 3 stalls, 3 urinals, and this big half-moon sink comes off the wall. About 2 feet deep, 6 little boys can belly up to this thing and wash their hands at one time. You've seen them. My brother comes in. He's upset, of course. He doesn't know what to do, so he picks me up with all my clothes and my boots on, and he wedges me into this sink and says he'll see me in 3 hours when school's out. We'll take the bus home. He goes back to class. Now, the older boys are through with their lunch period. They're coming in washing their hands while I'm in the sink. They're not going to touch me. Remember, I'm full of pee. Now my snowsuit is pee on the inside, soap suds and scum on the outside. I'm just a hot mess. Finally, my nun wonders what's going on, so she goes down to my brother's nun, Sister Theodosia, who we were all quite certain was a waitress at the Last Supper. They get Goofy the janitor, and he comes in and he pries me out of the sink. By then, they've called my dad. He leaves work, and he comes and picks me up. Now, my dad can think on his feet. He has taken the thick black rubber floor mats from the 3rd row of seats and laid them on the seats of the middle row, instructs me to sit on the floor mats for the ride home. Obviously, he doesn't want me to spill any pee on his plastic seat covers, Daddy. It's a station wagon. It's not a Cadillac. We get home. He has me wait in the garage. About 10 minutes later, my mother comes out. Now, she has spent this time laying newspaper from the family room all the way through the house to the bathroom. Tells me to go through the house to the bathroom. She'll meet me in there, stay on the newspaper like I'm some puppy. She walks in the bathroom, she looks at me, she puts her hands on her hips. This is not a good sign. Anytime Evie McCune put her hands on her hips, it meant one of 2 things. A, she was upset, or 2, she didn't know what to do next. Well, she wasn't mad, she just didn't know where to start. So she picked me up with all my clothes and my boots on, and she laid me down in the bathtub. Now, to me, this is the same as picking me up with all my clothes and my boots on and wedging me in a big sink. So I hold my brother harmless. He learned all his stuff from our ma. Well, the snowsuit and the school uniform come off. I get a bath. Ma starts the laundry. I eat dinner. I finish up my day. I come out the next morning. They're in the family room, hanging by the door. All freshly laundered, mind you, dried and ready to go. My snowsuit. I give my mother 100 reasons why I shouldn't wear that to school. She's not hearing any of it. She finally keys on the real issue and she says, "Oh, honey, now, honey, we send you to Catholic school. The kids are Christian and they're kind and they're considerate and they're compassionate." And I'm thinking, I go to school with the meanest little bunch of brats you ever met in your life. Nothing is sacred. This is not going to end well. I put on the suit. I get on the bus. Nobody wants to sit with me because I'm wearing the pea suit. I get to school. I hang it up in the closet. Pat Kane, y'all remember Pat Kane. Pat Kane gets up and moves all 25 other coats down to the far right side of the closet. So we got 10-foot of closet rod, 25 coats, 10-foot of closet rod, the pea suit hanging in the middle, and I get to look at that all day because the closet doors don't close. I put it on and go out for recess. Nobody wants to play with me because I'm wearing the pea suit. All I can tell you is this. I couldn't wait for winter. You remember winter? The theme is winter. I couldn't wait for winter to be over. I couldn't wait to put on my dress shoes, my little plaid clip-on tie with a spring jacket, and go back to school where I was hoping that my friends were waiting to still be my friends.